Welcome to aminacademy.com. In developmental psychology, let us discuss about development of the self-concept. Self-concept is the multidimensional perception of who we are, including self-esteem and self-image. It evolves through experience, especially in childhood and adolescence, influenced by social and environmental factors. Self concept affects communications, achievement, and behavior, with activities like journaling aiding its growth. Consider these questions. Who are you? What makes you you? You might answer with I'm a mother, or I'm a therapist, or maybe I'm a believer, I'm a good friend, I'm a brother. Maybe your answer with I'm excellent at my job, I'm an accomplished musician, or I'm a successful athlete. Consider these questions. Other responses might fall into the category of traits. I'm kind-hearted person. I'm intelligent and hardworking. I'm laid back and easygoing. These are some answers. These responses come from your internal sense of you are. This sense is developed early in life, but it goes through constant evolution and adjustment through that lifespan. In psychology, this sense of self has a specific term, self-concept. Before you read, before you go through this video, we thought you like a first person. Now, what is a self-concept? A definition. Self-concept is an overarching idea we have about who we are physically, emotionally, especially socially, spiritually, and in terms of any other aspects that make up who or who we are. We form the regulate our self-concept as we grow based on the knowledge we have about ourselves. It is multidimensional and can be broken down into these individual aspects. For example, you may have a very different idea of who you are in terms of your physical body and you are in terms of your spirit or soul. The influential self-efficacy researchers says self-concept as follows. The individual's belief about himself or herself, including the person's attributes and who and what the self is. Similar definition like the totality of an individual's thought and feelings having reference to himself himself as an object. Self concept versus self esteem. Self concept is not self esteem. Although self esteem may be a part of self concept is the perception that we have of ourselves, our answers, and when we ask ourselves the questions, who I am. It is knowing about one's own tendencies, thought, preferences, and habits, hobbies, skills, and areas of weakness. Self image is related to self concept, but it is less broad. Self image is how an individual sees themselves and it does not have to align with reality. For example, of self image might be someone who sees themselves as shy and introverted, even if others perceive them as outgoing. What is self concept theories? There are many theories about what exactly self concept is and how it develops. Generally, theorists agree on the following points. On the broadest level, self concept is the overall idea we have about who we are and includes cognitive and affective judgment about ourselves. Self concept is multidimensional, incorporating our views of themselves in terms of several different aspects. For example, social, religious, spiritual, physical, and emotional. It is learned but not inherent. Self concept does not always align with reality. When it does, our self concept is congruent. When it doesn't, our self concept is incongruent. Now, let us discuss further detail about development of the self concept. The self concept are how individuals perceive and evaluate themselves, develops throughout life, influenced by social interactions, cognitive development, and cultural factors. Early childhood is marked by a growing awareness of self as separate from others, with self recognition emerging around 18 months. During middle childhood, self concept becomes more nuanced through social comparison and feedbacks. Adolescence brings further complexity with potential dips in self concept followed by increases as individuals navigate identity formation and social roles. Self concept development, early childhood, infancy, that is preschool. Emergence of self awareness, infants gradually realize they are distinct individuals separate from their caregivers. Caregivers. Developmental psychology is early childhood, infancy, preschool, focuses on the remarkable physical, cognitive, and socio emotional growth that occurs during this crucial period. Psychologists examine how children learn, think, and interact with the world, including language acquisition, motor skill development, and the development of self concept and social skills. This stage is characterized by rapid development with significant milestones in cognitive abilities such as symbolic thinking and problem solving, and social emotional development such as attachment and emotional regulation. Next, self recognition. Around 18 months, children can identify themselves in mirrors and photos. Categorical self. Children start to categorize themselves based on concrete characteristics like age, gender, and physical attributes. Social interactions. Early interaction with family and caregivers shape the child's understanding of themselves. Middle childhood. Middle childhood, generally spanning from ages 6 to 12, is a crucial period of development of characterized by significant physical, cognitive, and psychological changes. Children in this stage refine their motor skills and engage in more complex cognitive processes and develop a stronger sense of self and social competence. Increased social comparisons. Children compare themselves to peers, refining their self perceptions through feedback and observation. More complex self descriptions. Self descriptions move beyond concrete characteristics to include personality traits and abilities. Adolescence. Psychological development in adolescence involves significant cognitive, social, and emotional changes as individuals transition from childhood to adulthood. Key areas include the development of abstract thinking, identity formation, increased social awareness, and establishment of more complex relationships. Identity formation. Adolescents grapple with questions of identity, exploring different roles and values, potential for decrease in self concept. Adolescence can be a time of heightened self consciousness and evaluation, sometimes leading to a temporary dip in self concept. Influence of peers and romantic relationship. Peers, romantic relationship, and social media can significantly impact self perception during this stage. Adulthood. Adulthood with the field of developmental psychology is the period of life from the end of adolescence to the end of the life. It is characterized by physical, cognitive, and social emotional changes and encompasses the journey from young adulthood to old age. Developmental psychologists study how individuals change and adapt throughout adulthood, examining various aspects like career development, forming intimate relationships, raising a family, and navigating the aging process. Continued refinement, self-concept continues to evolve and be refined throughout adulthood through the changes may be less dramatic than in earlier stages. Influence of life, influence of life experience, major life events, relationships, and career paths contribute to ongoing self-reflections and development. Factors influencing self concept development. What are the factors? Social interactions, feedback from family, peers, teachers, and others shapes how individuals view themselves. Cognitive development. And as children develop cognitivity, they are better able to understand abstract concepts and engage in social comparison, leading to more complex self perceptions. Cultural influences, cultural norms and values can influence what is valued in individuals, impacting self esteem and self concept. Media portrayals of successes, beauty, and social roles can influence self perceptions, especially during adolescence. Self efficacy, belief in one's ability to succeed in specific tasks or situations significantly impact self-esteem and motivations. Self-esteem. Overall evaluation of one's worth is as a person influenced by various factors including successes, failure, and social interactions. Ideal self. The person's an individual aspires to be with which can motivate personal growth and changes. So far, we discussed about in developmental psychology about development of the self concept. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.